Is there a place you usually go to get coffee?
Okay, I have two options. I can either go to the bodega across the street. One, it's cheaper and the coffee's fresh because everybody goes there because the coffee's cheap. Or I go to Starbucks if I want to be fancy and get an espresso.
Almost everyone gets a morning coffee in New York City, but does the spot you get your morning Joe reflect something more?
We went to Harlem and walked 20 blocks down Frederick Douglass Boulevard to ask people how they see their neighborhood changing.
As we walked from 137th Street, it seems like people's views shifted from block to block. We saw where people get their coffee reflects larger trends in gentrification.
So this street was actually a pretty nasty looking street up until, I would say, about 5-6 years ago. And since then it's become this restaurant row where you have a Starbucks and lots of restaurants and bars and wine shops and that sort of thing.
It's been a pleasant change. The growth of the neighborhood, I'm liking it. If you upscale the neighborhood, and that's just nicer buildings. That don't mean high rents and high luxury condos, but as things become nicer, people's minds change.
Well, we have all these new big box kind of complexes like this DSW and Joe's Crab Shack, and there's a Red Lobster that's coming in. They say that a Whole Foods is coming in, which is kind of crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, especially here in Harlem, from what I've been hearing, is what used to be 700 is now 1,200. Studios are 1,200 and up.
I'm part of the last group of people that got in while the rents were cheap. So people like me are probably not going to last very long unless we buy our property.
I think it's really it's going to push the poor people out and have the rich people come back in.
These changes in Harlem run much deeper than the difference between a blue and white bodega cup and a Starbucks venti.
Gentrification impacts housing, jobs, and affordability. So we asked people what they thought the city government could do for their community.
The next 5 years for the area, for the government to get their S together and give the people some money, that means the ability to have a job.
I mean, if it's going to bring jobs to the community, then yeah, I'm with it. But if any other agenda, nah.
We spoke with City Councilman Stephen Levin, who let us know that although the council has final approval over community redevelopment projects, there are limitations.
There's always some of those pressures are beyond the role of city council or the government, basically, because it's like market-based and market-driven.
From bodegas to Starbucks, we realize that change can be seen in something as small as a cup of coffee, but it doesn't stop there.
Change is always comes with new mayors. You know, everybody has their own agenda, their own plan. So, yeah, change is going to come. That's one thing that's always going to come, is change. So,
for the Digital Waves Festival, this is Peter Dunifon.
And Regina Agassin.
Done.
Cool.
Let's go. You guys are awesome. Go.